What? He's like, do you have food?
I'm gonna get us some treats. Maybe that'll get him engaged.
Alright. Let's see how this stream is doing here. I kind of wanted it on landscape mode. So let's see here. Is there a way to put it on landscape? No.
No. Just remember.
That's not widget.
Not all day.
Let's see, status indicator. Use live status indicator.
After 5.
Save video. Yeah, of course. Save video after streaming. Sure. Well, is it saved locally?
Yeah.
Then maybe I shouldn't do that. Now here's the question.
I guess for the.
What is all this?
What's that group?
Beauty face? This app has beauty face. You got a beautiful face? Oh, it's a lot slimmer. He's lost like 15 pounds. Find a face. I need to figure out how to do this.
You got a sec?
Yeah, give me. Let me mute this. There. No, it's okay.
I'm just gonna present.
You present.
So here's my problem.
Okay.
I'm just gonna present, but the gentleman from Keller Williams is
Uh-huh.
here, and our ideas somewhat overlap. So I
Uh-oh.
can't really go.
So what do you want to do? All right, where are we at? Oh, I was trying to get this figured out.
Dojo pitch, I'll start it off. I'll fire it up.
Okay, let's see.
Let's put that on top then, so Leo's got something to go off of. Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Is it sideways? I'm gonna check here. It is. Ah, I don't like this. Okay, at least I was streaming this time. I can see that I'm streaming. Test.
Test.
But It's sideways.
There's someone that's something. I think
How do I?
So I'm keeping my stuff to myself.
If I do.
Yeah, totally. We launched Embrace It 6 months ago.
Hey, hello. Hi. Okay, let's see here. I need to figure out. Did I just mess it up? No.
So, wait, is that Fannie Mae? There's some big names in there.
Yeah, you can see.
Use live status
Rocket,
indicator. Yeah.
Your
How about if I do this? If I do this, does it make a difference?
Basically, if you
No, I don't see any difference.
you know you use mortgage?
Actually, wait a minute. No, no difference.
it's actually buying a house worth
Shoot.
4.5. Okay, gotcha. And then we do the valuation, or let's say like my mom.
So maybe if I do this,
for whatever reason,
and then turn this like
And then how
this,
did you open up that conversation with like SAB and Rocket Mortgage?
does that work? Yeah, it does work. Cool. We'll put this out there. Hello, how you doing? Okay, stay out here, stream. Stay out here.
Yeah, when you start at the bottom of the market, right, like slowly, that's like the best way to start. Yeah, and then it's going to play on play.
relocate. How about over here?
At least that's one.
What part of it? You're talking about the basement portion? The metaverse? I don't know. I'm skeptical. Let's say that it's really good VR, right? It's just that they built out all the right? I don't know. Like, I still think we're going to have the same type of problem. It's something that's addicted to it. You know, we can have good for them. We're trying to maximize user engagement. But I still think that there's going to be a large population that's not going to want to subscribe to it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. It's hard for me to guess because I haven't seen. I saw like a lot of like animations, a lot of like really fancy graphics that they're advertising about. They also do metaverse, but like I don't know. I think like I read an article about how like Mark Cuban was really skeptical about buying property in the metaverse.
I guess if it does move traction, I see it as probably just get a bit more like walks, where it's
Where are you gonna go? Which? What's the company Yes, that's the one. Right. And I think I said that I would love to have it as a real estate. Good to see you in person. Have you been here to prior events? No, this is the last business startup school. Yeah, but, yeah. And by the way, I know you sent the follow-up. He's also in YC startup school, right? And they actually met online and now we go to
we work with, well, right now there's a gold rush.
Oh, check these robots out. You can tap into these Omni robots. 24 hours a day. Just want to hang out at Hacker Dojo. You know? OmniLabs.com. Oops. So if you head over to the Discord, you can find the access code to access these little bots and drive them around. Got wheels, they're rechargeable. They got wheels, and when you tap into them, obviously it shows your face on here. You have a little camera there you can use. Can you see the camera? Yeah, there's the camera. And you can speak. There's a speaker. Oh, there's a speaker right there. So you can talk to people. You just drive these little guys around anywhere you want, all along the building. Oh, see, there's little bumps. I can't go over the bumps. No. Currently have this closed, but yeah, there it is. Sneaking up on me, eh? Who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Breadboard, huh? That's cool. Arduinos. Brand new Arduinos. Whoa, this is a heavy guy. This is really heavy. Man Labs kit. Oh, that's books. Is that a book? Something in there. I can't get it. Just leave it alone, I guess. Okay. Well, that's that. Puzzles. I wish I had the 3D printed stuff. There he is. Look at him. Dimitri, what's up, buddy?
Describe what you are building.
Stay in touch with the people you've met today. Scan the QR code, join the Discord. There it is. I finally did it. This was a good idea. Join the Discord. We got a bunch of instruments over here. 3-inch instruments. Pretty cool, right? They got a guitar over there. Oh, and you definitely have to have, let's see, VR. Yeah, baby, VR. Property of Hacker Dojo. I never actually used one of these. It's a PlayStation. Oh, that's a cool camera. We should be using these to stream, right? Oh. Set these bad boys up to stream. They're just sitting here. Ed is really good at this. It was like 2 weeks ago Ed was over here. It's really cool to hear him doing this kind of thing, doing this kind of thing, doing wicka wicka wicka, that kind of thing. Yes, Ed has the skills.
You can expand it. So you can start off with
All right. Stand over here. Excuse me.
Like, you know,
Excuse me.
as more technology
Let's take a picture, bro. You and me. Let's take a picture.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put mine down. With everybody in the background?
Yeah, let's go this way. Dude, we gotta get you Hacker Dojo or something. Hey, maybe Freemasons want to do something here.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. You would know.
I don't know. Possibly. Possibly.
Teach the Brotherhood how to download apps on the App Store.
Yeah. The basics.
Yeah. And this is how you can get your Medi-Cal.
What is that? I think this is a good spot, right? How about over here? Yep, that's as high as it goes. Oh, you know what? Let's put it on top of the table. Yeah. There we go.
Everybody, thanks for coming to Hacker Dojo tonight. We're going to get started in about 10 minutes. So if you want to start wrapping up your combos and heading into the classroom, we'll get ready to go. Thank you. We'll start at 7:30.
10 minutes? Oh, I want
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
to. Okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. He said 10 minutes. What time is it now? It's gonna be a long night tonight. Considering that's the finale. Probably be out of here by 10. It's live, buddy. It's live. Stream it, share it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Except I couldn't figure out how to get it to what is it called? Landscape mode. Yeah. Landscape mode. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand that because this is a different program, so I don't know if it only gives me. I tried it. Try it. Go ahead. Ah!
Okay, let's go ahead. Can I check your settings?
Yeah, sure. Just careful with the end button. There's no.
No, it is actually.
It's the 3 dots. You got flash, mic on, camera on. I already did full screen fit.
Weird.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's cool. That's good.
This for the past couple, I think 3 weeks, I couldn't live stream. So there was an update on Twitch on mobile, and I think they do that like every 10 minutes. But obviously we're longer than 3 minutes. So I downloaded the other app and I'm streaming with it. Now I'm on. That's the good thing is that at least it's working. I'm not getting booted off.
Quality is amazing. It's great.
But the thing about this app is that it only does portrait. It doesn't do landscape. Not that I can find. That's what I'm asking. Maybe you might tinker with it. See if you can put it on landscape. I don't see any options on landscape. Focus mode. Oh shit! What was that? What did I push?
Camera Pro.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see no portrait. None of that.
Go back to that one.
Not that many options.
Click that button. The arrow, not the camera pro.
Okay.
The arrow? Oh, so you're getting something else. And just turning it doesn't do it for you.
Yeah, it'll just turn the whole thing sideways.
Maybe that's just the developer.
Yeah, the way that this program's built. It's kind of bummer. I normally don't like this, but gotta work with what you got.
I appreciate all you're doing for us. What made you want to come and film?
I've always done filming for years. So that's just I want to capture the moment, right? Because these memories are only going to last so long. But now that you guys can go and reflect on this, that's why I always tell Leo to take all the photos like when we're doing a close-up. Here, take the photos, man, because he doesn't want to. And I'm like, dude, you have to, man, because a year from now you're gonna want to look back.
When they post it, I'll share with you the end video lecture for today.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll appreciate it because in the end they show all the meetups.
Oh, really?
I couldn't find us in there, but maybe we're in there.
Okay.
What we do know is they do it. So next year or next session, the 3 of us will be succinct. The picture's happening.
Yeah. Well, he has them all. He's posting them all.
I think we can do a few.
So why is this the last one?
Well, the 7th week is this week, and then we end at 7 weeks. And we apply applications.
Even though it's an 8-week program.
8
I thought this was on the website. 8 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? I think there might be a pre-week that I didn't see.
Is that what it was?
Because people had one meeting with, it was meet the founder.
Well, let's count that as one. Okay, alright, there you go.
Next week,
8 weeks.
we're gonna, our next session, 3 of us, 4 of us.
So is this like a once a year thing or what?
So far, yeah.
It's a once a year thing. But YC's growing pretty big.
Yeah, it's actually growing so big that it's kind of live somewhere else. Is this the right one for me?
Yeah, because it's fairly small, right? For a YC company.
Event? Some of the other events have 40 to 80 people at it.
Yeah, so this one we get on our top too.
I think we'll get really popular the next time we launch it.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is only helping Hacker Dojo as we continue to have more events. Anything helps, right?
You're getting your process down, which makes us feel really good.
Yeah.
We're getting our process
I
down.
should actually turn my camera. You hear that? We're getting our process down.
Hoping people can get traction that separate naysayers people on the fence. Like, do you want to spend an hour of your time, an hour and a half, 2 days, Friday or an evening? There's a data point on someone with success rate.
And how do we collect that data? Or is it in regards to who flourishes out of here?
Well, we know who is attended, and then we know who's applying twice. If someone gets in, then our
Numbers go up? Okay.
skyrocket.
So how do we get our data back to like the YC, the higher up from YC?
I think they glean it through Leo, some of it.
So
I also think that they can glean it all online.
yeah, you notice like Leo does type a bunch of stuff, like he's listening. So is that data, like whatever he's typing up, is going back to whoever he's recording it? Or should I see him going at it. I don't know how that
He might just be making notes too.
Yeah, I see everybody making notes.
I make notes about stuff. Great question.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's always denying that he's not leading this thing. It's like, hey, we're leading it. He is, he's always like, no, it's not me. Hey, look, this is right there. Event host. Yeah. Right there.
What time is it?
It's about time, yeah. Yeah, it's 7:20.
Start getting people in this.
Are you going to pitch?
To pitch? I don't know. It depends on my battery power. I might be out.
Let's go.
First thing that comes to mind is people want fast. I was going to start out and see how that can start to be a little bit of a challenge.
Oops, excuse me.
Like I think about children's shows. Yeah. They used to be slow, now they're getting faster. I guess my immediate reference is like that.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
How you doing? I'm Ed.
Hello, Ed.
How's it going, Blockchain John?
Make something people want. I like how you put that together. It was nice.
John, can I get that? I know.
There you go. Got a couple changes.
Are we all set?
Check, check, mic check.
Oh. Yeah, there we go. All right. Too hot? Oh, because you're mic'd up here. Oh, is that going to work? Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome. I'll wait. Keep talking. It's all right. I'm going to build an amazing unicorn, so if you need to, keep talking. I'll wait till everybody's done. Okay, cool. How you doing? My name is Ed. Welcome to the Hacker Dojo. First time at Hacker Dojo, raise your hand. First time ever, never been here before. What is a Hacker Dojo? Is my credit card safe in my pocket here? Yes, as long as you have an RFID wallet like this, because we have antennas at all the doors. No, I'm playing. We're not that kind of hacker. Hack in the sense of breaking something, putting it together back faster than it was. We all know that, right? So this is not that kind of hacker. Hacker Dojo, any nonprofits here? Okay, we're a nonprofit. Hey, we're here for you, for the entrepreneurs. We're here for those who aspire, who are dreaming of the next innovation in the world to disrupt, to affect, to make change, to take that idea that you were impacted by somebody, maybe some kind of insight of, you were at a corporation and they was doing something very clunky and you have this new insight to speed things up, right? Some of us fall in some of those categories a little bit, or maybe a really cool social media app, I don't know. Anyway, so we're here, we're at Hacker Dojo. I'm gonna keep this kind of short. I'm already running over like a minute. I'll let Leo go into the logistics of how we're gonna present. Hacker Dojo is a 24/7 space. So that means we can stay here 24/7 just talking about whatever we wanna build. But we wouldn't wanna do that. We'd probably wanna build it, right? So this is where dreams are built, where startups come from. This is also a place home to some notable YC startups, like Pinterest. Pinterest started here, it was a YC startup. Pebble Watch was another, before even the Apple Watch, we had Pebble Watch. So those are some of the startups that came out of YC, that went through whole YC, and actually is alumni from the Hacker Dojo. We've been around since 2009. This is our 4th iteration. We recently opened in April. We were closed for 2 years because of the pandemic, and then we decided, hey, do people want to come together in person and build things together? Do people need to connect with others who are building really cool, awesome, and cross-pollinate those ideas? And we said, yes, it's important. It's important that people have a place to go, no matter the time, because it was essentially built on the premise that this is a 24/7 hackathon. So there's always coffee there ready. There's always a 1 gig symmetrical internet for those who are running instances. Dedicated fiber is coming for the members who already know. But you do have access to an awesome community. You have access to laser cutters, 3D printers, stuff like that. And it's pretty central, right? This is pretty central. This was by design. We put it back in the Wisman Station area near all the highways. So we put a lot of effort in a year and a half through the pandemic to figure out what's the best place to open up a new space and to have entrepreneurs come back in and help foster these innovations. That's Toshi, the Dojo Doge. He's very friendly, so if anybody's wondering, he's very nice. And he's hypoallergenic, so if you're allergic, he won't affect you. Anyway, so that being said, you're welcome to come back again. Membership gives you access to the 24/7 space. If you're a guest, you're here from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., rock out, connect with other members. We have a lot of interesting folks doing a lot of interesting things, very smart people here that can help you in all different aspects, whether it's B2B, B2C. If you're working on your pitch deck, I could probably help you out with that. I'm a serial entrepreneur for 3 startups under my belt. First one IPO'd. Not my personal, I was a part of it. I was like, yay. But you're like, what are you doing here doing a nonprofit? You should be on a boat somewhere. But yeah, so definitely there's a wealth of knowledge in the community. And I think there's something about building a camaraderie, like kind of like how you have the PayPal mafia, right? You kind of have that dojo member mentality where it's like we're building together, we're going through the struggles. Majority of the startups here are pre-seed, they're idea phase, they're just starting out. So I think it's a really cool place to come and connect with others and to vet out your ideas. So that is my big long invitation to you to come back, maybe at another time, and check the space out. And there's a lot of cool events that happen just like this. I think this Friday, actually the next cool event is like a games and board, but with also some hacking, and there'll be some potluck food and stuff. So this Friday, it's a social Friday. So you're more than welcome to come check it out. Cool. Any questions about the Hacker Dojo? Anybody want to join and become a member today? Help keep the lights on? No. All right, that's enough for me. I'll bring up our main presenter and also our co-organizer. Let's give it up for Leo. He's been doing this for 7 times. He's been doing this week by week. Oh, Toshi got excited. Not for you, Toshi. Relax. Yeah, Leo's been doing an amazing job. A member here, he has access, just like all the other members, he has access to space and decided, you know what, let's bring the YC Startup School to the dojo. And I said, awesome, let's do it. So with that being said, I'll let him lay out the housekeeping rules and we'll kick it off. Cool.
All right, guys, how many? Thank you, Ed. Thank you. So, how many YC startups are here? Like YC startup school participants?
Who's in startup school?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys are welcome to present. Did you participate in the final showcase yesterday? So we got like 60 seconds only to present, right? And like almost no time for Q&A. So here we get like 2 minutes for pitch or demo, and 5 minutes for Q&A. All right, so I'll go first with my little project. So 2 minutes for I'm gonna do the demo in my case. Advisor Platinum. So it's a fintech tool, B2B, for financial advisors and wealth managers, specifically who want to analyze portfolios in depth and model financial scenarios in different market conditions. So we model cash flows, inflows and outflows with different types of taxes: ordinary, social security, payroll, self-employed, payroll, annuities, and then different types of accounts where excess cash can go to, taxable and tax deductible. And then we generate reports. So our model like B2B2C, we sell to financial advisors, and then they use the software to generate reports and to sell that to their clients, households and consumers. So a report would look something like this. So here we have expenses, target cash flow, like car payment, mortgage, lifestyle, health insurance, etc. So this is income after tax in the green line, and expenses. And then based on that, on those cash flows and accounts that you have, you can generate Monte Carlo. So like simulations of different market conditions, kind of like Monte Carlo idea, Monte Carlo simulation idea. In this case, we have thousands of iterations with different historic data. And we really have success 100% because we have a good balance on our accounts and a pretty good excess cash flow. All right, we are Advisor Platinum. Thank you. All right. Any questions?
For that data visualization, do you have your own software or you use something like Tableau?
D3, data-driven documents.
He's using what Tableau uses.
Well,
D3, right?
D3, yeah. So, Autoplot by Observable HQ, the same founder as D3.js, this tool. It's kind of like Jupyter Notebook, but for JavaScript in the browser. Yeah. Am I the only one doing fintech? A traditional fintech? Anyone? Crypto? DeFi?
I heard a lot of conversations about DeFi, crypto, and the metaverse. Come on, guys.
I have a network of people who are in the crypto DeFi space and Web 3.0 space, so. But I don't do it.
And that's blockchain John. So.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, but Observable HQ is really powerful. All right, guys. Any other questions? Then one, yeah, move on.
Natalia?
So Natalia is not YC, not the YC founder. What about BuildWiz?
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you. Yeah, do you have HDMI?
Sorry. Magic. Okay, it works. Oh. Or not. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Nadav, founder of BuildWiz. Oh, you guys hear me? That's too loud. Okay, I'm Nadav, founder of BuildWiz. I grew up in the tech industry as engineer in hardware, director, a product manager. And then along with that, I always had like some real estate development under construction, and I had friends in both sides, like my techie friends who have no idea about construction. Every time they need to build something or they need to do something with their property, they don't know what to do. And they get ripped by contractors. And then there are some contractors that I know who are just waiting for some jobs to come to them. They're idle 30–40% of their time. So I decided I want to go and solve that problem. Anyone here is a property owner? People seem young here. Not everybody, but anyone? You got a property. So what do you do when you need contractor?
Outsource.
When you need what?
Outsource. Well, my dad's contractor, so.
Oh, yeah, good for you. So BuildWiz is basically a smart platform for home improvement. So say a homeowner want to see what's out there in the market for air conditioning or for a new roof or for solar system, or they need to build a new pergola or a swimming pool in the back or a hot tub, right? So anything you want to do, instead of going and interviewing like multiple contractors and getting bids and getting sales pitch and appointments and different prices and stuff that you don't even know how to compare, with BuildWiz, we take you by the hand. We show you what's available. You post a job. You get bids on the specific job that you want to build. And then you compare the bids one by one. You select the one you want. We generate the contract because contracts handed by the contractors nowadays are Wild West. So we generate a fair contract that actually keeps the interest of both sides. We generate invoices and we handle the payment, and then we take our cut out of the payment. So for example here, this is an account of a friend of mine. I get to snoop into anyone's account, obviously. So he added his property. So jobs are added per property because location matter. And then that's his home, and he added one job. He wanted to replace his air conditioning system because he got solar system and he is generating power, and yet he's heating the house with gas. So it makes no sense, and he wanted a new air conditioner that actually warms out the house with the electrical power that he's generating. So he uploaded a bunch of pictures here. You can see like contractors can come here and see everything about it, what need to be done. There is job description. He wrote here, what is it you want to get done? And then two guys gave him a bid. And those bids, I have reviews. Not all the contractors have reviews already in the system. But those bids are just because like the strength of this thing is that I approach the right contractors and propose them. They don't have to be registered on the platform. I go to them and my software send them text and invite them to bid. Then those bids are about 50%, sometimes 70% less than the average contractor that you would get in Yelp or Google or whatnot. So saving people just a lot of headache and a lot of money. If anyone wants to help me, I'm looking for payment solution. I mean, a buy now, pay later solution. If anyone is connected in the fintech world, some company that gives home equity line of credits and tech enabled with APIs and something I can integrate to this platform, I would be more than happy to get a connection. Yes?
Larn?
Larn?
If you've heard of that company.
L-A-R-N?
K-L-A-R-N-A.
No.
I checked everything that I heard of, not this one. I'll come to you, okay? Other options?
So native API?
Questions?
Best entire business model and API for pay now, buy now, pay later.
There you go. Nice.
Yes.
Question. So I'm looking at your website right now, buildwest.com. Beautiful, amazing website, first of all.
Really?
Love it. It's so...
There's so much to improve, but thank you.
No, I understand. It's clear. I got it. You guys looking it up? Look it up. It's great. It's great. My question is, how do you prevent contractors from spamming the customer?
Got it. So, the contractor cannot contact customers whenever they want. You have to post a job, and then for them, so there is a chat option here, and you can see how
so
it
for
works.
example, you have the fence here, right?
Right.
So let's say that I'm posting up, I want somebody to replace my fence.
Yeah. Let me answer quickly.
Okay.
So the way it works is a customer start with posting a job, and then the contractor, in order to be in touch with the customer even, you need to post a bid, right? And then when that bid is posted, if it's not compliant with our requirements, I can remove it immediately. And then once there is bid posted, when you submit a bid, you can chat. You can, like, the customer can ask you questions, and you can ask questions or clarifications. But there is no direct communication until there is some job posted and bid that comes against it.
So how do you plan on mitigating the growth factor? Obviously, it's going to get too big for you to be monitoring all these chats.
Right. Yeah, we'll have developed some technology. I mean, I wish I had this problem sometime soon. You know?
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I make sure my customers are not spammed. I'm not sharing the address. I'm not sharing the email. I'm not sharing the phone number. No one get access to my customers. So far, we launched 2 months ago. We had already 60,000 worth of transactions. It's just a friend, a family. I had like only 5 organic customers who came from ads, because it's really hard to put trust in an online platform that you never heard of. But people who use it and trust me, they see a lot of value in it.
This is absolutely live. This is just not.
It is alive, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple questions, just to run down the metrics. Customers now, monetization plan, you know.
Oh yeah, so you know, the idea as far as customers, if someone build an edition or if someone is handy.
How far
Oh yeah, okay. So I had like so far 25 customers with 1 or more jobs. 5 of them only are organic, and it's particular job type that I'm very good at, which is planning and building permit. So 20 of them are friends and family, and some of them are my own jobs, and 5 organic. It's 2 months, you know, it's very early to judge. I think the website need to be improved to look more trustworthy. Yeah.
So how do you find contractors to sign up?
That's the secret sauce. I'm not going to tell you. Contractors are, I mean, I generate lists based off of data that I have, and I approach them. They don't have to be registered on the platform or to sign up to anything to get the invite. So that's why I solve the chicken and egg problem very easily. But my problem is still getting the customers.
Also, you have marketplace.
Getting the customers, yeah, it is a challenge.
Right. So how about, do you have an estimator? Or can you make an estimator?
No, that's the magic of it. You don't need, because you will get real life. So you don't need to do much to get like real life quote for your job. And it's not like a contractor who put their foot the first step and then they blow up the bid because they send you change orders. We are protecting against that too. So.
No, we do say similar for auto repair. So we will use an estimator.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
Very similar.
What?
Different market. We do very similar for car repair.
I don't deal with car repair.
No,
this is only construction. Okay.
So we have that is a kind of requirement of an estimator for
Got it.
them to figure out how much it costs per parts.
Yeah.
So maybe you can do something.
Yeah, I thought about estimator. I thought about writing, like developing estimator, and I think NG has it.
That would be valuable, I think.
I look on I took a look on a few estimators that are out there, and they're all so off from, because different zip codes may change completely the requirements. The building codes are different, and it's just so hard to satisfy.
Money is right, if you can make that one, I think.
Yeah, but what do I get out of estimator? So people get like this is the price, and then the actual bid comes higher, so they're frustrated with you. Or if my estimate is higher than what the actual bid is, then they would say, no way, I'm not going to pay that. I thought I was going to pay less. I mean, or maybe they go away immediately. So I don't see a lot of value in estimator,
Okay.
but I may be wrong. I'll learn as I go.
Try it out and see, I don't know. That's what I thought.
Okay, last question.
Well, actually, 2 questions. First is, what area approximately do you serve? Because as you said, these things are very localized.
Right.
Second question, you were talking about buy now, pay later. It looks like both PayPal and Square have something like that. Have you looked into those, or for some reason you don't want to use them?
I looked into PayPal. It wasn't relevant, and
It wasn't what?
it wasn't. I mean, their fee is a lot. So credit card fee is about like 3% with some payment gateways, right? With my payment gateway is actually 3%. So that's not something that I feel comfortable applying on top of like 25,000 worth of work for a new roof, right? It has to be something with lower fees. Now PayPal is even more expensive than that. And it's, you want to buy like earbuds, go ahead, $200. They will charge you 24% yearly. That's okay. But for construction, I'm trying to be affordable, and that's not affordability. I'm like the other side from NG. NG would just sell the lead to whoever is paying it more. And I'm trying to find the right contractor and get you the most cost-effective bid, the most cost-effective contractor for the particular job. So just adding fees is not something I want to do. I mean, I can come up with some very costly buy now, pay later, but I want it to be lean.
And what areas are you currently?
Oh yeah, so any job I'm doing now the Sacramento Metro and the Bay Area, and then for some jobs I'm doing everywhere in California because it's not really proximity sensitive.
The Bay Area is north, south, east?
Everywhere in the Bay Area.
Okay.
The whole Bay Area. You got the job in mind? And thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, thanks. British, is that the YC project?
Yep.
Is it YC?
Yep.
Okay.
There. Can you move the microphone back? There you go. My name?
Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so 2 minutes pitch and 5 minutes.
I'll probably be lesser than that because I don't have anything to show.
You got it? Go ahead, move it down.
Okay. So I don't have anything to share, but I'm Brijesh. Hi everyone, nice to meet you. And I'm the founder of Nestingle. If any of you have bought a home recently or have you've probably gone through the decoration experience of the room, you may have gone through 2 different journeys.
Hey guys, let's give the speaker some attention. We could hold it to a conversation after. Thank you.
And you might want to lower the microphone a bit.
Sure. Okay. Is it good now? So if you have kind of gone in a home decor journey, you probably have gone in 2 ways. One is you may have hired an expensive interior designer, or you have gone through a journey like me, which is like months of planning, hours of research in the internet, numerous store visits, constant calls with handymans, and making ad hoc decisions based on a fragmented vision of my home. Probably some variations of that. Okay. You have done that, then Nestingle will solve it. It's a marketplace which will empower homeowners to design their dream home with a digital design assistant, and then it will connect with products and services to bring that vision to life from our trusted brands. So that's what we will do, and what we understood on the other side of the market is that there are 2 sides. On one hand, there are around 82 million population of US, which is 72% of all homeowners. And they are in the prime period of their nesting in their life. And on the other hand, you see the supplier side of the market, which is, there is no legacy leader. Even the names of IKEA that you hear have only 2 to 3% of the market share, okay, with Walmart still the biggest one. 45% of the market is highly fragmented, which is dependent on a value chain with multiple different middlemen and inefficiencies. With COVID, that has got really pushed to go into digital, but they have been in a reactionary mode. Nestingle will connect both of these and bring them into an elevated conversation through high quality visualization and in context presentation, where products will be presented as solutions to the vision of the homeowner. And that's how we will solve this problem. We have validated a prototype, and at this point of time we are building the MVP. That's where we are. Questions?
So I guess at least the way you're describing it kind of reminds me of, I've seen, when kind of phones first started having LiDAR, people were like, oh, you can map your house. Is that kind of what you're going for, where you can place it in your house and walk around and be like, oh, I do like my flower pot there, or I would like to have my bed rotated that way? Is that kind
It will have elements of that. So a little bit of my background is I was heading product at Shutterfly. And as a result of that, I was assigned to grow the home decor business in the company, and I grew it over 4 years with a year-over-year 35% growth. And at that point of time, I felt like I understood the problems that customers have, and I was going through the same problem myself, having bought a home. And I felt like there's a lot of disconnect. Yes, it will have elements of visualization that will, that will connect and connect all the dots that are broken today.
So when I think of like interior decorating with more modern internet touch, I think of House, the website. How is that going to, how's what you're doing going to be different from the types that they do?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, so among all US households, only 17% today uses an interior designer, particularly because interior designers are expensive and their delivery of the product is somewhat non-tangible. Okay, so the trust level is somewhat lacking there. House and few other players like Modsy, even to an extent IKEA, they have tried to be a designer marketplace where they connect a designer with the customer and trying to make it more affordable in terms of pricing. Okay, the whole fact is that is still people who want to use an interior designer. Okay, maybe they can get a little bit more incremental market share there. Okay. On the other hand, if you see the big portion of the market, which is millennials and Gen X, they have grown up with internet, and they are not using an interior designer. They feel like they can do a lot of things by themselves. Okay, so that's kind of the trend, and I feel there is a big portion of the market which is not being addressed today, even with House being there. The second part is ultimately whether it is IKEA or House, what is happening is they are primarily getting positioned as seller of products, and they are doing a little bit more to provide some inspiration. On the other hand, Nestingle will primarily focus on the problem or the imagination of the customer and walk back from there.
Well, kind of Modsy does that, right? Modsy does a visualization. They do the simulation. They simulate the furniture. IKEA's even doing it now too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where they're doing kind of spatial computing, well, not spatial computing, but they're doing kind of augmented furniture in the space and giving the user the idea.
Definitely they're trying to bring elements of experiences there.
For a couple of years now, right?
Modsy has been doing, but Modsy primarily thrives on connecting an interior designer to the customer. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Mitri? Yeah.
Hi everybody. I'm gonna be really brief because that's kind of the whole point of YC Startup School showcase pitch. So you can have all the time for questions. So hi, I'm Dmitry and I'm the founder and CEO of Market Whiffs. We are a social marketplace for real estate. Market Whiffs is a mobile social app where you can discover the true value of homes with your friends. The automated home valuations like from Zillow or Redfin are all wrong. Why are they wrong? Because they are based only on the past sales and they ignore the current human sentiment in the market by the buyers and the sellers. And this human sentiment is what actually drives the market. That drives where the prices are going from here. So we are going to be the very first service to capture, organize, and monetize the real-time pulse, human pulse of the market. Get a whiff of the real estate market with a Market Whiffs mobile app. So where we are right now, we have clearly defined the MVP, what the app actually gonna look like, and think of a Redfin-like app, simplified, without too much useless stuff, and there's gonna be a key call to action added to every listing. Make a prediction for how much you think this listing will sell for, and after you made your prediction, refine your prediction by inviting others to make their prediction. So the app's going to import the phone address book and create this type of incentivized viral loop. So we are the Market Whiffs, and we are here to redirect how $100 billion in annual real estate commissions are handled. Thank you. Questions, comments? Go ahead.
Question, they say that people should put their money where their mouth is, right? So it's very easy for me to say, yeah, this is a 4 million, this is a 6 million, but I'm not actually paying the price, right? So maybe, whatever, or maybe your friends from the contacts are all Gen Z, they don't have property and they want the market to go down. So maybe they would put, this is only $1 million, because this is their wish, right? They want it to be $1 million house and not 5 million, right? So
yes.
The connection between,
So excellent point. We know very well that this is how a lot of people, their behavior is going to be, and guess what? It doesn't matter. Why? For several reasons. First of all, we want everybody to share their opinion, no matter how wrong it is, and this is cool. The algorithm, when making the actual predictions, is going to adjust the opinions for their past predictive power. So who's going to make the best predictions? The real estate agents who are actually experts in those markets. And people who would go there with those outlandish predictions, what is going to happen? They're going to learn where the market is actually going, because we're going to say, you know what? You predicted that this home is going to sell for $1 million. It sells for $1.5 million. Guess what? What just happened is that person got somewhat educated about the market. A lot of consumers who are not really in touch with the market, they browse Redfin, they browse Zillow, they think the list price is a real value, they think Zestimate is a real value, and this is completely wrong. So this platform is going to tap into what people are actually thinking about the market right now, adjust for past prediction records, and the most importantly, gamify and socialize the engagement with the real estate market. So social apps and real estate market, they've never been put together before, because to do this properly, you need to understand the social apps, you need to understand the incentives, you need to understand gamification, but you also need to understand the market at a deep level. Who are the players, how to gamify them, but what you just mentioned, these are obviously some behaviors that exist in the market, and the app will leverage them rather than fight them.
So do you provide any kind of tools for them to do the prediction, or just?
This is going to be part of it. That's probably not going to be part of the MVP, minimum viable product, but I could envision a very simple, adding some very simple tools to run comps on homes. For example, this is a home, and by the way, here what some of the recent sales were, kind of what Zillow and Redfin algorithms do behind the scenes, but they don't show you the comps. Now, there are some other automated valuation tools. One is called RPR, Realtor Property Resource. It's only available to realtors. It has some of those automated prediction algorithms, but then they show you which actual properties they picked for that algorithm, and then you can further refine it, adjust them, etc. So we might add something like this. That's not going to be part of MVP, but that's going to be simply because it's going to take longer to build, but that's going to be definitely part of the product eventually.
So now you're saying you can buy this house, asking your friends to predict the price. That's what we're
Correct, right. So real estate is already social. When people are in the market, they talk to friends, they talk to neighbors, they talk to co-workers, they talk to multiple agents. Everybody has an opinion, right? But these conversations happen kind of in the real world. They never get structured, put into a system. We are going to do that. And here's another data point. Some real estate coaches, they already teach something like this. When you do an open house, ask for everybody who attends to predict how much the whole home sells for, and whoever guesses most accurately gets a Starbucks gift card. So guess what? I did not invent this. So this is an example of taking something that already exists in the real world, but is not as widespread because it's a lot of work managing this and making it really simple, putting it into a mobile app, and creating the incentive to engage our social network.
I think what he said, that is a challenge. If I'm not a buyer, I'm not serious about it, I'll put any number.
That's fine. Yeah, and system will, yeah, and that's fine. The system will figure out that you're not serious because you have no track record of prediction.
Yeah, so you have to do something. Thanks.
And how are you planning to monetize it? How do you make money on it?
Excellent. So the very first step to monetization is exactly the same way as Redfin does it, right? So the business is going to be set up as a real estate brokerage, just like what Redfin is. So I am about 1 to 2 months from getting my own broker license, so I can get it under my own authority. So this means we can generate the appointments and we can get them a home or list their home. So at the very, very minimum level monetization, it's kind of Redfin Plus, because we don't just put the listings online for somebody to browse and schedule a showing with an agent. This service will actually challenge people's assumption about the value, and we can actually move not to showing, but to having a serious conversation of what it takes to transact in this market. So it's the most immediate step. Further steps, we're going to use this gamification to actually sell homes. Right.
That will bring a lot of costs.
Well, I would actually argue with this. My initial idea was we're going to build a better auction systems for homes, and second, and after that was, oh gee, how do you get people to actually use it? If you're going to have to market it like a usual thing, right? It's going to be tough, right? So first, let's build a mobile social app to get people into the system, and then we're going to do a better auction for homes.
Thank you so much. Okay, any other YC projects? YC specific. One more? Great. Yes, 2 minutes demo pitch. And 5 minutes.
Let's see if we can connect. I've never attached my iPad to
HDMI or
HDMI.
USB-C?
No, it's USB-C,
Oh,
but
USB-C?
I have a
Nice.
dongle with me.
Nice.
Great, it works. Cool. Better don't touch it. So, hello everybody, my name is Valentin. I'm the founder of Denoise AI, and we are removing background noises from calls or video calls. And the problem we aim to solve is background noises. When having a call in this room, during a presentation, or while people are talking, the background noise of everybody speaking will be audible in the call for everybody in your video call. And existing solutions have troubles filtering out human voices. That's what we aim to solve for. We built customized AI models for each specific human that is able and capable to filter out everything else. So, for example, we would have a specific model for you, and if your neighbor is talking, they will not be audible in the calls. We plan to provide this as a B2B solution for existing audio applications, so it will be a SDK or API business model. And we have a proof of concept developed during startup school. And our next steps is to talk to potential customers and build an actual MVP that's usable. So, oh, I'm sorry. So what did I do? What did we do during startup school? We validated the technical feasibility. We committed full time and relocated from Europe to the US. So actually, I'm here in the US since a week.
Okay.
Questions?
Are you familiar with, have you played around with WebEx a little bit?
Not too much yet.
I would recommend playing around with WebEx.
Yeah.
They probably, out of all the conferencing tools, they do the best at this problem. And I would probably just dig into what they're doing.
Great.
Yeah.
I will do that. Thank you.
So, so I think like Microsoft Teams released a similar feature about like a year ago. It's like noise cancellation. I'm not sure how good it works in practice, but so it seems to me like your value proposition here is like you're basically training a model for like each person, like different person have a different model. So I think there are 2 points. So first, how much like more improvement you can get from doing that personalization. Second, like what do you think about like the margin, because you need to like cut the fine-tune model for each person. That's pretty expensive.
Let me answer the question with the margin first. I have 2 approaches. One where actually I'm training a model for each person, but it would be more of like fitting an existing or pre-trained model on each specific speaker, which will be rather fast. The second approach would be to have a voice sample of the speaker next to the model, so no training necessary, only inference. Yeah. What was your first question?
First question is how
Microsoft.
Yeah, how do you want to like differentiate from their noise cancellation?
Microsoft, I was working quite a lot with Microsoft Teams lately. They have a quite good background, ambient background noise reduction. But if you're sharing Office with a number of people, this will not be reduced, and that's my value proposition.
Gotcha.
And I hope it's enough. Let's see.
So are you doing it real time or you are training out of time? Are you doing training about in real time, like I'm speaking, or?
No, you need to set it up before the call once, and then you can use it.
So there are multiple people in a room, then how does it work? Suppose there are...
You need to have a silent room once, and then you're good to go. So go to the phone booth once, set it up, and then you can sit in the noise room.
No, suppose there are multiple rooms in the call, multiple people in the call.
I'm talking about physical rooms and not virtual rooms right now. If there are multiple people in the call, each person in the call needs their own voice improvement model, and then the voice will be improved or enhanced for every single speaker in the call, so the overall call quality will get better.
Is it more difficult to differentiate the one person voice compared to other, or the situation that you have one person with a background noise? The source of this noise would not be other humans.
It's more difficult to have other humans compared to ambient background noise. So it's possible to filter out dogs barking already. So that's...
And that is the main value proposition of your project?
Is humans. Yeah.
So have you looked at, this sounds like a good setup for like podcasting, and those who want to do podcasting in public.
Yeah.
Right. So like I have it set up, but now I'm on the fly, I'm traveling. I feel like this caters to that audience, that guy or girl who's on the, or they were, who's on the fly, who does a lot of podcasting's on the merge, right? Versus going and competing against these big conglomerates of WebEx who have kind of filtered down and conferencing.
I like your angle. I haven't stuck into that.
Because it has a natural flow of just like with the podcast, it's a single setup, then it's the value is really the next time, right? And I think that's where you might see some track. I don't know. Check it out.
I like the idea.
Yeah, so I think I can second his idea, right? I have a podcast of my own, and I see that the issue has been trying to control the noise, the background noise. And right now, I mean, especially when people have limited means to go places, to go to a quiet place and have their podcast set up and all. I would say the one issue that everyone faces with is the background noise, and the time that they have to put in on the editing section to be able to get rid of the background noise will be a lot more. That alone can basically speed up the editing process for a podcast when if you were to find a way to muffle the background noise.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should be good. I think I really like that angle there.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
All right, we're out of time.
Okay.
You guys can continue offline later. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot for the ideas.
YC projects? Okay, so this event was about YC Startup School, right? But we have a bunch of projects like outside of YC Startup School.
Wait, mine is YC Startup School, not YC. Applying for YC, would that be good?
You're in somewhere there.
Yeah.
You're in the flow.
All right.
All right, 2 minutes, pitch.
Okay, so Steve, can I borrow your laptop?
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I still have that.
So for those who are not really knowledgeable of what's going on, it's not YC startups who are in YC, it's those who are either interested, engaging in startup, following along with the startup school, looking to apply next batch. So that's when we say YC, that's what we mean. Like there's somewhere in the flow engaging either the curriculum that's available online or looking to pitch. So don't feel alienated if you're not like what's going on in YC.
Yeah, I need to log off.
Then all welcome.
Everybody gets up and puts their name on the board.
Apologies, I'll have to log off from your account. Yeah, it's just I basically uploaded that slide from the pitch from the showcase session.
Got it.
1 second. Okay.
No updates. It's the only one update.
Hey, well, I'm not building an actual startup, so I'm
just doing
it. This is demo.
How do you? Yeah, I'm just wondering how can you open the slide?
I guess so.
There we go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Toshi, you can go now.
Toshi, go ahead.
You can go now.
Yeah, come on.
Toshi.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's fine. It's fine. I just don't want to get distracted by the dog.
Okay.
Come on. All right. Can you hear me now? All right. 1 second. I'm trying to adjust the height for this. All right. Hey, everyone. My name is ST, and I'm the founder and CEO of Prime Consulting Experts. We were founded in the year 2022, basically this year, as a pivot from my original marketing company, which is Brightstone Marketing. And we focus more on providing, helping businesses achieve these amazing targeted results by servicing them in the areas of product development, marketing and sales, operation support, and business strategy, and also connecting you guys with important investors. And so, yeah, we have a team of experts in these 4 areas that are looking to help out your startup in any way possible. And I've right now been working with about 3-4 startups in the past 3 or 4 years now, and I've helped increase their targeted output by about 20-30%. And being part of YC, being part of YC Startup School, I focus more on assembling a lot of founders out there that really need help with let's say for example, like some of you guys need help with their MVP, so I can basically connect you guys with my product development partner. Or if let's say you need help with setting up your social media accounts, I can basically connect you with my marketing partner and also get involved with helping you guys out in any sort of way possible. And so, yeah, we have increased interactions, and our goal is to be able to work with 10 active startups by basically I mean, the plan was to get it done by the end of next month or two. So, any questions?
What do you charge?
It's you just got yeah. Basically, you just got to have an appointment with me to really understand how much I charge. So, anything else?
Maybe like approximately.
Okay, if you want to do monthly, it could be 1,000 to 2,000 a month. But if it's like 1,000 a month, it's like 1 to 2. You got to basically seed 1 to 2% equity. If it's if you just don't want any equity, 2,000 a month. And individual services is basically relative to how much my partners charge, and basically I get a commission check out of it. And yeah, anything else? All right. So let's
Well, how do you guys engage with your clients? Is it like weekly or?
Yeah, we engage basically it depends on how much the clients need help with. If it's like a lot of work, then we engage daily. If it's just more like an advisory session, we can be mostly weekly. Or if it's just like if you just want like quick marketing work or something like that, then yeah, it's weekly. But if it's like just okay, hey, let's have one advisory call or something just to really track what your business is like, how's it going, then just do monthly.
Got it.
Right. Anything else?
Yeah, I have a question.
Right.
So those areas you mentioned, business strategy, operational support, those are pretty cool things, but how do you establish credibility that when a client or a business comes to you, you are actually able to help them in those areas?
For me, I've worked in these two areas for about 1.5 to 2 years now. I've worked with one startup with operational support, getting themselves up to speed with, organizing their teams and getting them, running smoothly without having the founder trying to barge into the teams and having to take care of internal matters. That's what the whole purpose of the operational support is. And business strategy, I've advised like 2 startups for the last 1.5 years. And one of the startups that I had we focused on making that important pivot in, let's say, in their overall focus, their target market, and even their overall strategy. Because when initially this startup of ours, we worked with, they were focused more on delivery products. So let's say delivery for fast food joints, and then they realized that was just not making them anything. So I advised them to pivot to something more feasible. So right now they've pivoted to basically providing a waitlisting application for barbershops. And so because of that, now they're getting more traction. They're increasing their MR, their month-on-month revenue. And yeah, they're now, right now, I think the founder told me that thanks to that, we were able to make that pivot. Now they're ready to apply to YC. So they haven't been a part of startup school, but they are ready to apply. They're looking to apply to YC now that they have the traction. All right. Anything else?
Yes, one more question.
Right.
Analytics and metrics. Can you guys help with that? How to measure things in the right way.
Yeah, if you want to set the analytics in terms of what you're looking for and what's your target goals, then we can work with you on that. If it's if you're looking to just increase customer interactions, then we can help out with that. Or if you need help with just getting quick traffic on your application, then I can maybe bring you over to my marketing team and see how we can work together.
Nice.
Right. All right, cool. Thank you so much.
All right, YC Startup School projects. Or related in any way.
All right.
All right, cool, yeah. So that was the main purpose of this event, right? But we have a bunch of other projects as well. You guys are welcome to stay and hear their stories, what they offer. Yeah. All right. You should hear it. Natalia. Kyle? Oh yeah. Go for it.
Okay, I'm plugging my laptop.
Oh yes.
Thanks, Leo. Let's see.
All right, can you guys hear me okay? All right, thanks again for letting me pitch. Let me go ahead and get my slides up here. One sec. There we go. All right, my name is Kyle Casterline, and today I'm going to be pitching my soon-to-be startup CrossThread. So CrossThread is a business model and online platform for crowdsourcing new content, and I'll dive into what I mean by that in a moment. But I'm going to talk about the problem that I think we've all heard of. It's with social media. It's made us far more connected than ever before, but it's also amplified some of the societal problems that we've faced, especially in recent years. Things like false news, misinformation, erosion of user privacy, skewing perceptions resulting in stereotyping, polarization, and then there's been all sorts of mental health implications from that, especially in younger teens. So what I'm proposing is to get a little bit of a foothold on some of these problems. I've got a quote here from Bill Gates. Technology lets you go off with like-minded people so you're not mixing and sharing understanding points of view. It's super important. It's turned out to be more of a problem than I or many others would have expected. That was back in 2017. And I'll gloss over this. This is about filter bubbles and how recommendation engines are filtering content that we engage with, which can cause us to drift apart. So CrossThread, what is it? It's a new model for crowdsourcing content and posting it on a platform that integrates new ideas from different perspectives. And so I'll talk briefly about how it works. It's a 3-step process. The first step my graphics didn't get up here all the way, but the first step is it starts with the user base. Somebody has an idea, typically from 2 or more creators, and it's for a piece of content that doesn't yet exist. So I'll use music as an example. Let's say 2 of my favorite bands, Metallica and Linkin Park. I'd love to see them collaborate together on a new piece of content, but no one's really thought of that, and there's really no incentive for them to go out and do that. So what I can do is I can post that idea as a new blog post on this platform and host it on the site, and that'll stay up for some period of time, and it'll allow other users who may also like that idea to upvote, either just by liking it, or maybe there's a monetary portion to that, and it'll build traction on the site. And ideas that gain the most traction over time create an incentive for those content creators, in this case the bands, to come together and actually produce the content that's being proposed. Now I think the power of this is that there's really no limits to what types of combinations you could create. You could have different influencers, different podcasters, musicians, celebrities. It could be anyone who's kind of prominent in the online sphere. And the effect that I'm hoping to see from all of this is to see more linking of the different, subcultures, bubbles that we tend to find ourselves in online, and start to pull those together in ways that only the end user, the crowd, could come up with. And so that's my idea. So I've started putting together a survey. If anyone has ideas like the ones I've described, feel free to take a picture of this QR code and you can fill out your own version of this, and I'm building up a little mini database of ideas that people have put together. And that's it.
I do have a question. I do have a question.
Yeah.
And how are you gonna kickstart this whole network?
Yeah, that's the question. I think this survey. I'm hoping I can get some steam behind this type of an idea where I can build up kind of a little bit of a database of ideas. And I was talking with Splash about this earlier. I think the next step is going to be to host this on just a web page. To allow people to interact with it, start voting, assigning votes to it, and just see if there are ideas that rise to the top. But I need to build up the database first, which is I'm hoping how these forms will serve me.
Got it.
So I think I'm not sure how Hacker News really grew their followership, but I know Product Hunt, they started with a newsletter. Just to really gain some kind of growth hack or just gain some traction. Because I like the idea, and I'd hate to see it not continue or evolve, because there's not enough traction, but just
Mhm.
try different things to get the word out about it. I think it's a great idea. Even hacking the Reddits, hacking the Craigslist, whatever you got to do. Where the people are, just kind of get that message out, and then kind of bring them back in. There's this thing on social media with musicians specifically on Instagram called Verses, and
Mhm.
Timberland and Swiss Beats came together and they collaborated, and now what they do is they bring musicians that are kind of similar in style, but from back in the day.
Yeah.
And they come out and it's like rebooting their careers. Like
Mhm.
and there's millions of people going into the live and there are other platforms to queue in and watch these performances now. And so I think there's definitely something with cross collaboration or having two different types of parties coming together, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the same genre. That
Yep.
could be, a musician and a scientist or something, or an actor. And
Right.
You have some cross pollination.
Yeah,
You'll
exactly.
have some really cool, funky things happen. But I would definitely focus in on getting some traction on it through very basic means of just getting that survey answered by a lot of people.
Yep. Yeah. I'm calling it a survey, which I think might be a mistake because really it's people just posting their ideas. I'm not really drilling people for information.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? Yeah, Hussein.
Can you invest in your idea? Can you, if you put up an idea, can people invest in that idea?
Yeah, so that's the monetization piece. So, one issue that I think I'm going to need to overcome is, as this thing scales, people are going to be posting all sorts of harebrained ideas on this platform. And, I don't want it to get bogged down with all sorts of nonsense, where the good ideas get lost in the mix. So, I'm thinking, there could be a monetization scheme behind just posting the original idea. Like maybe there's like a small barrier entry, a couple dollars, to post an idea. Or maybe upvoting an idea, there's a monetary aspect of that. But I think, if you start to do this at scale where you get, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people backing an idea and they're each chipping in a couple dollars, that's a pretty big pool of money that then could go to those content creators to, pull them together to make it in the end. Because in the end, it's up to the content creators. If they don't want to do it, they're not going to. So creating that incentive structure, I think, is an important piece.
Have you heard of something called Creator DAO?
Mm-mm.
So, do you understand the concept of DAO, right? DAO.
Yes.
I think they're doing a similar kind of thing where they would let people who are part of the DAO invest in cool things that other people are doing, which are essentially profit. So that's like, it seems to me like that's a crypto blockchain equivalent of this. So it might be worth checking out.
Creator DAO.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look.
Paris Hilton invested in that and a couple of other celebrities. A16Z just recently made an investment into that.
All right, cool. All right, any other questions?
Two questions. The first one is, in regards to your team, what are you looking for to grow Crossthreads?
In terms from like a development perspective?
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm starting out simple. I'm basically just creating the survey. I think it's, I'm trying to start with the user base and the data, right? Rather than have like a scalable platform to start. But, I'm going to need folks who have experience in, web framework development, things like React, full stack developers, that type of thing. This is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, but those are the types of skills I think I'd be looking for technically.
I'm just trying to see where you're going with this in the long road. And the second question is, why not use a blockchain database or blockchain or token incentivization for this type of thing? Like, for example, when you're upvoting, you earn a credit for that, right?
Yeah, so I'm still like hashing out all the details of like the monetization piece. Right now I'm focused on just kind of proving out the core concept, which is, crowdsourcing, getting the content there in the first place. And then I figured I'd worry about monetization. But yeah, you could use some sort of like blockchain-based tokens, to use for votes. It could be core to the platform. I think an important thing is not every one of these ideas is going to get brought to bear. There's going to be ideas where people maybe put some money behind it and, it just falls off the radar. And for those, I think you'd want to refund the tokens that they chipped in back to the users who that contributed them in the first place. So yeah, I've been thinking about all different possibilities, but yeah, right now I'm just focused on the the earlier parts.
Cool. Thank you. Thank
you. Yeah. Thanks, Leo.
Caroline.
That's cool idea.
Do you need help with it? It's HDMI or USB-C?
USB, but I have my own, but yeah, okay, wait. Perfect, thanks.
So I moved across the country to pursue this. So yeah, I just got here a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Is it okay? Okay, so my name is Caroline. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Germany. I'm going to present Horus prosthetics. So the problem is that 80% of the disabled people are living in developing nations, and this is almost equal to 100 million people who are in need of prosthetic or orthotic devices. And the thing is that there are very good solutions, but the problem is that it's too expensive for them. It's not repairable, and then if it was repairable, they don't have the unskilled that they have. They don't have the specialists who can basically repair them. And yeah, so what we do, we create affordable, long-lasting, and tailored prosthetic legs for them. Well, we are going to make that on a subscription model base. And basically, how do we make it so affordable? So we are trying to optimize the production line, and we're also creating our own machines. And yeah, so basically that's more or less the market size, as I said, so basically almost 100 million people, and we estimated that 18% of them in the developing nations are used to pay a subscription on a monthly basis, and so we expected that 18% times the subscription model that we're asking per year would be $19.4 million in annual regular revenue. So yeah, that's the competitive landscape. So as you can see, this one, so Autobot, is like the best of the best. So they are very expensive, and also the target segment is not developing nations, and thus, yeah, we're basically here. Yeah, so right now we are focusing mainly on the prosthetic leg, but there are many other types of devices that we like to focus on in the future. And we have actually 3 points that are extremely important for us. So the first one is that it needs to be personalized for each patient. Second is that the goal is that they can walk again and basically become independent, because right now they're usually a burden for the family or excluded from society, and basically they could get a job. And then the third thing is that our prosthetic leg should be more or less have a life expectancy of 20 years. Well, this is the roadmap. Right now we're actually looking for a seed round of 3 million euros. We have already 1.4 million that we got from the investment bank in Berlin. And yeah, so we actually have still 1.1 million that are available for investors, but actually right now we're a bit in an emergency situation, like we need 100,000 in order to survive until December. Yeah, and then from January on we would receive the other part of the loan from the bank. And yeah, like ongoing achievements, we have like an institution who's already testing our prosthetic leg in order to get an ISO. And yeah, so basically the 100,000 in convertible loan. And yeah, that's the future. This is the team behind it. We have also one of them is actually a double amputee, so he has been the first one actually to test and really give feedback on it. Now we have a board of advisors who are also helping us. These two are like very known people in the field of prosthetic legs, and they're giving us a lot of advices. And these are the partners, collaborators. And this is all the people supporting Rose Prosthetics, GmbH. That's it. Thanks so much for your attention. Any questions? I know I skipped a few parts because I usually, of course, this pitch lasts longer, so I didn't know how much time I'm going to use for 1 minute, 2 minutes. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free. Yeah.
You have the procedures to make the final product much cheaper, but you're kind of pushing the idea of subscription. If your final product is good and cheap, you can also sell it.
Yeah, the idea behind it is that we want the customer to work forever, and so in the sense is like, of course they can buy it, but then like we want to provide also a customer service on the long term so that they can always come back to us. And this is also through the subscription model, they're paying basically for this customer service, so they would always be with us. Yeah.
So in the lifetime of the product, you would make more money if the customer have subscription compared to if they were just paying it off?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I think just to make it, if we only take the cost, just the cost to, I think it was, around $500 or something like that, just for the cost structure, the goal is that they always come back to us, and yeah, because the thing is like no one is, like they don't have anyone right now to they can go or find a new product, and the goal is not to leave them alone, and they will always have support until, yeah. Yeah.
Is there some place you're doing this in the real world right now?
Yeah, so the founder is from Peru, so he knows very well the social economic context. And right now he has been doing the market research in Peru, and he has already, actually I can show it on the roadmap. No, sorry. No, before. So yeah, we have already 5 amputees working with our products. It's still, of course, in a test phase because we're still looking for investment in order to continue the R&D process in order to also create our own machines, because we already have them, but yeah, we need some money for that. And yeah, so we have already a few customers and people who are there to support us, and yeah, we have already some contacts, at least in Peru. And we know also some people that in Brazil were interested, but yeah. So right now we're focused in Latin America because that's also where we know they speak the language and those things. Yeah.
So how does your distribution channel work? You're mostly working with hospitals, and the doctors will recommend this product to patients.
That's a good question. So basically, we are, in the beginning we thought with hospitals, but then we wanted to do it through the national health system, but then we thought, okay, that might be a bit difficult. So the actual idea right now that we're shifting, it's very new, so we haven't talked yet to anyone, but we wanted to maybe go to companies, because the thing is like, at the end these people need a job, so we thought if we could maybe partner with some companies, because the thing is like, every company is supposedly, like has to also employ disabled people. And so we thought that if we could maybe approach the companies instead and tell, okay, look, you're going to have employees, and we are going to be there for them like forever, basically. So they will always be able to work for you. So that's kind of the approach now to go through companies, because yeah.
It's like selling as an employee benefits, basically.
Yeah. So but we're not sure yet. This is now a new idea that we came through, because yeah, the national health systems in these countries is not always the best, but yeah, anyway. I think you had a question? Or?
It was similar to that. Okay. I guess I could piggyback off of that, ground. I'm trying to find out what the barrier to entry is, especially like I said, you said in Peru, right? There's a lot of rural areas in Peru, people that have prosthetics that aren't in the best conditions. How do they reach out to you and get a prosthetic? I don't know the process to get a prosthetic leg. Obviously, I have one of my legs. But do they just go on your website? Do they go to the clinics, to the doctors, professionals? I don't understand this process.
Yeah, I get that. The thing is that the goal now that we want to do is, at some point we want to reach, of course, the existing amputees. But right now what we're trying to do is, of course, still approach hospitals, for example, for those who just got amputated, or that we can tell them, okay, there's this solution that you can have. And so basically be there already since the beginning when the amputee gets, how do you call it? in English, but yeah, so right after the operation, so that they already assisted in this case, and for other cases, like for people who already amputated, this will be more the idea of companies like going for there. But yeah.
What does the name mean? Horus?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of
Caroline.
Okay, so Horus is actually it's the name of an Egyptian god, and he was the first one in history to have a prosthetic. It was not a leg, it was an eye, but yeah, so that's why.
Cool, Caroline. You have another project, right? You're working on. Do you want to present that one?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I didn't prepare well. I can try, but it's not going to be as good as this one, I think.
Is that like your side project or something?
Okay, wait 2 seconds.
Maybe more lighting or something.
With respect to your other project with prosthetic,
Yeah.
how much of the prosthetic itself is going to be able to be made inside the country?
That's a good question. So the thing is, like right now, the idea is that okay, in the future we would like, to, if it's possible, to create a sort of academy so that we can train people in the countries, because as I mentioned, they don't have any specialists because they're not used to those kind of good products. And so the idea is to basically have all the manufacturing in Germany for the moment, because that's where we're based, and then basically just send everything almost prepared so that the technician has as less work as possible to do, and basically just has to assemble more or less. And then the only difficult part that they would need to do in Peru basically is to create the socket. Does that make sense? Because this, you need to do it, like it has to be 100%, because yeah.
Parts really specialized.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, like, since everything is going to be like automated and like already almost done, like the whole model, it's just really just to put basically the I don't know now exactly the material. I'm not the technical person of the team, but just to put plastic around the model that we have, and then wait until it basically dries, and then you just assemble it. So yeah. We're really trying to make it as easy as possible for the people. So anyway. Okay. Okay. Nothing to do with prosthetic legs. So yeah, I'm going to the problem. So basically, I don't know how it is here in the US, but in Germany, communication between kindergarten and parents looks like that. So you have just a board, and the teachers just put different papers and everything, and as a parent, you cannot keep track of anything. And yeah, so for example, the teachers, you're just overwhelmed, you're printing unnecessary notes, and in reality, like the parents are not at all keeping track. As a parent, you're missing on the events of your child, for example, or you're missing reports, and you're at the end just frustrated. And yeah, so as a kindergarten, so as an institution, you have kind of unsatisfied clients and, well, bottom line issues. So usually what happens is, okay, why not create a WhatsApp group, right? But the thing is that there are studies that have showed that it's kind of toxic, because you have, for example, endless not related to your kid messages. You also have lack of important features, such as just being actually notified of important events, and then privacy issues, especially in Europe or Germany, where it's a big topic. So yeah, so the idea is to create a mobile app that simplifies the communication between parents and kindergartens. And yeah, so on the app features for the teachers, obviously there will be direct messaging. There will be like notifying the parents as soon as you change anything in the agenda. Then you can keep track of the attendance or absences of the different children. And it's much more of a user-friendly experience because, yeah, I will talk about the competitors later. And then on the parent side, well, you stay notified about everything. You have the daily reports of your child. Then role-based access, so this means that you can add any person who has, for example, the right to pick up your child. Yeah, and then this is actually my favorite feature. So, for example, right now, as it is the case in Germany, we were having a lot of refugees from Ukraine. And with this, we could basically, you could send a message in Ukrainian, and it would be immediately translated to German. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the team. Yeah, so right now we have 8 pilot kindergartens as attraction. No, this is the roadmap. So right now we're looking for pre-seed fund. And yeah, basically, for sure you know, Class Dojo. So this is actually the main competitor that we're actually looking to, because we really like everything more or less about what they do. But yeah, so that's actually our main competitor in case it would come to Europe. Well, I guess they're already trying. But yeah, and then for German competitors, there are already German existing solutions. The thing is that usually kindergartens have to pay for it, and public kindergartens don't have money for that. So yeah, and then also the user-friendly experience is not a user-friendly experience. But yeah. So anyway, market validation. So yeah, you can see, of course, it works already. And then why now? The edtech has been booming, and it's going to continue to grow. And yeah, market size. So we have the total addressable market. So in Europe there are 30 million, and well, I'm going to start here immediately. And then we think that 5% is what we could get. So more or less 1.5 million children. And this would mean that if every parent would pay €3, then they're 1.5, and we estimate that every child has about 1.6 parents, it would be 86 million per year. Sounds not a lot, I know, but yeah. So yeah, that's it. Go-to-market strategy. Well, we started now with a few kindergartens, as I mentioned before, and basically we're trying now to reach the region of Berlin and the region around Berlin. Well, it's not really, and well, basically that's it. So now our call to action is pre-seed of 400,000, and basically the funds will be used for kindergarten acquisition and yeah, that's it. Marketing, ambassador program, content creation, and those things. But yeah, as you can see, my pitch wasn't the best. But that's it. That's it. Thank you so much for your attention. Questions?
So you said that your serviceable market is 5%
Mm-hmm.
of SAM.
Yeah.
Where does that number come? How do you measure that?
Yeah, like the thing is, like we started first to think about Berlin and Brandenburg, so to start there. But yeah, like I really didn't really prepare well this pitch, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I can ask again the team. But, yeah.
So I just searched like Hacker Dojo. It seems they're like basically trying to like sell metaverse, like something like gather to kindergarten children. So it feels like their main proposition is not like the communication between parents and teachers.
Yeah. I mean, they do offer somehow this communication, but yeah, it's not maybe mainly communication about events or those kind of things. However, also, if I'm not mistaken, I know that they're focusing mainly on primary schools, so not kindergartens. Maybe they're planning to, I don't know. But yeah, that's also a different target market than us. I know.
So
Yes.
What's the main problem that you're solving? Because you mentioned quite a lot of features.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing that you would solve if you only had if you had to build just one feature, what would that be?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I actually joined the team a bit later, and they had already developed this feature, so like, wow, okay. But I agree, if it would be only one thing, it would definitely be easy communication or like a shared calendar that you could do. And the things like, you could use maybe Google Calendar, for example, but then comes all the things about privacy issues and yeah, but that would be the main thing. So like messaging and access to a shared calendar.
I have one more follow-up question. I'm asking the last.
No, it's okay. But you can ask after also if you prefer, as you want. Oh.
So you? Is it?
What is that, sir?
Yeah,
one more for the row. One more for the row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Have you? Can't you just try building that feature directly into WhatsApp as an app, rather than building a separate app of its own?
Yeah, seems good, but the thing is like, I don't know, like the thing is like the team already built the whole app. It's actually, or you can already download it on the App Store. So if I tell them download this, they will be like, shit. But but no, I mean it could. Sorry, it could seem good, but I think what, for example, is kind of important, like when they talked to the parents. They said, okay, it's cool, but for example, I would like to know. So because at the end of the day, when you pick up your child and you ask, okay, what did you do today? It's a big question for them, and they're like, well, I don't know. Then don't talk to you. While the idea was to integrate somehow these reports that I mentioned. So that, for example, during the day, the kindergarten teacher can basically just during the day, for example, say, okay, your child is doing great, they're doing this, or if they have a shared, if, for example, all the parents decide to have a shared group, they can send pictures about what the children did today, and basically they would be like, they would be able to know, okay, my child is doing this, or at the end of the day, I don't know, if you want to have a specific report, we can put 3 questions to the teacher, so it comes as a report, and 3 basic questions would be like, okay, did it eat? Well, did the child eat, sorry. did the child sleep, and was the child active today? And you could basically just put it on, let's say you have 3 stars, 3 was like, yeah, it was awesome, she ate a lot, slept a lot, I don't know what. And so at the end of the day, you could also fix them. That's the idea of monetizing, because that's also the difficult part. Maybe provide like a whole report at the end of the month or at the end of the year, where you could track basically, okay, my child has not really been sleeping this year, maybe there's something. Yeah, so these are all the things that we're questioning if we should do that or not, but I agree, maybe the simple, the best, but yeah.
Well, one other thing, I am not...
Sorry.
I guess they can apply, I'm sorry.
One last thing, I mean, I believe that Facebook is fighting with the EU right now with respect to privacy, and WhatsApp's part of that. It may not, you may want to be careful about building products on top of Facebook, especially for kindergarten.
That's true. Yeah. And
especially where the EU is concerned, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very, very strict on that. And also the first thing they will ask is, okay, how's the privacy before even you come to talk to them. So
Facebook wants to bring the data to the US, and the EU does not want that happening. So a local solution might actually be quite helpful.
Yeah.
Check out SchoolFox.
Were they on the? I don't even know. I think
it's a focus on kindergarten, but
is it this one? No, Kids Fox?
Yeah, Kids Fox. No, it's SchoolFox.
Okay, I'll check it then.
Alright, yeah, looks good. Roland, that was pretty inspiring. Thank you so much. Great feedback. Alright, if anybody else got really inspired by this and wants to share their projects. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up. So we want to keep this going and maybe have like monthly startup meetups here at Hacker Dojo. Like pitches, demos.
What Leah was mentioning is that, so YC's meetup, Southie meetup is over. This concludes that meetup. I think this is something that's valued to entrepreneurs, where people are kind of still, testing out some ideas, want to socialize. We're going to do real-time feedback on this. If you found this informational and would like to continue this conversation, not on a weekly basis, so once a month, raise your hand if you'd be interested in doing this next month. We'll see you back in September here. Awesome, that's majority rules. You guys voted, we are going to have this event. That's how it works. Huh?
That wasn't a multi-option vote.
Oh, it was majority. The other is the Discord channel. I think there was a couple QR codes up by the doors. You can scan that Discord channel and join that channel. There's a YC Startup School channel that we put up today, so you can continue the conversation online if in person is not the thing for you. So what we'll do is we'll host this again. Just follow our meetup. It won't be under the YC flag, but it'll just be like, hey, I'm working on this startup. I want to hear other entrepreneurs, maybe some pitch deck feedback. Maybe we could stretch out some of the conversations if it's a smaller group. But we can continue this on a monthly basis. Sounds good? Yeah. Awesome. So let's do it. Leah, you'll spearhead that, put that out on the meetup. Everyone found this out through meetup, basically? Yeah. Okay, great. So that's will be the form of communication. If you want it to be a little bit more daily conversation, we have a Discord channel. But otherwise, we'll see you next month. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Awesome. A lot of awesome projects. Whoever pitched, awesome job. Whoever gave really good informational questions, thank you, because that helps them think about their products and iteration. That's what they need to be challenged and debated, to challenge what they're thinking about. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
And thank you, Hacker Dojo.
Oh yeah, thank you, Hacker Dojo. Thank you, Toshi. It's a community that keeps it. And this is the kind of stuff that happens.
Cool. Awesome. Guys, can we take a picture real quick? We'll go lost.
In front of the tiger. Let's do
The
tiger.
last one.
Oh, yes.
We gotta change it, number 7.
Tiger. To the tiger.
Where's the tiger? Oh, the tiger. Oh, yeah, the tiger. Let's do the tiger.
You didn't see the tiger mural? No.
Don't just didn't notice that. You've been here before.
Yeah, I've been here. This is my third time.
Yeah, you didn't see the tiger. It's like a tiger. How do you miss that? How do you miss that right there? Right there.
I do like the lights. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
You totally missed that?
Yeah.
Alright guys, yeah, you want to do this type of thing. Good. Someone here, yes.
That's the end of YC. It should be number 7. Did the finale. Number 7. All right. That's it. See ya. Until next time. Bye-bye.